So good afternoon, students. In yesterday class, we discussed about the loops in shell programming. In that, we discuss about while loop. After that, for loop. After that, we discuss about until and break and continue. After that, we discuss about some example problems. In today class, we are going to solve a few more problems on shell programming. Alekia,
Alekia,
okay. In today's class, we are going to discuss few more problems. In last class, we discussed about one problem. The problem is, so you are going to find the file is available or not. So that means, so this is our current working directory. Okay, this is our present working directory. In this, these are the list of files available. So 1, 2, 3, so CSC section 1, all these are the files and directories. Okay, so in this class, we are going to find that whether we are going to give the file name. If the file is available, then it is going to print file is found. Otherwise, it prints file not found. So that we discuss the problem first. That means in first line we are going to display one message, enter file name, enter file name. So after that, I enter the file name. For example, here the file name is ABC. ABC is available. Now, if I enter ABC file name, then it displays that ABC file found. Another case is, for example, I give ABCD. Then if you observe that the ABCD file is not available. Here there is no ABCD file. Sorry, abcd.sh. Okay, so ABCD is not available. So in this case, it displays ABCD file not found. Okay, so this is the program we are going to write. So enter file name. So after that we are going to provide the file name, and if the file is available in this current directory, then it displays that the file is found. Otherwise it displays not found. Okay, so for that we create one touch. We create the program with the help of the touch. So touch, the program name is, for example, today 25.sh. So this is the file created on desktop. So today, yes, 25.desktop. Now, so what is the first instruction you are going to print on the monitor? Echo. So after that, enter file name. Enter file name. Then you enter the file name by using the keyboard. That is going to be stored in one variable. For example, the variable name is file name. So by using the read command, we are going to read the data file name. Okay, first we are going to print the file name. File name equals to, so dollar file name. Okay, we save this program, we execute this program. How? Sh today25.sh, enter file name. If I enter abc, it displays that, so file name equals to abc. So file name equals to abc. Now, so what is the program? The program is, we can check in the present working directory either the file is available or not. Here I entered the file name is abc. Now I can check this abc file is available or not. If the abc is available, then it displays file abc file found. Okay, how we can find that? Means by using the if statement. That means you are going to print two statements. One is echo dollar file name is found. Another statement you are going to print is dollar file name is not found. Not found. So these are the statements you are going to execute. In these two statements, you are going to execute only one statement. Okay, for that we are using the branching. So how? If hyphen f and give the file name and file name, then you are going to print the file is found. Otherwise, that means the else you are going to print the file is not found, and we can terminate the file if statement. How? Fi. So this is the structure. So if in brackets you are going to give hyphen f dollar file name. What it means? If you enter abc hyphen f abc, hyphen f abc means if the file is found, it returns true. If the file is not available in the current directory, then it returns false. Okay, so I hope you all are understand this problem. So what is the purpose of the problem? Program to find a file is in the current directory or not. Okay, if it is available, then you are going to print the file name is found. If it is not available, then you are going to print file name is not found. Okay, now we can execute this program. Save sh today25.sh. So abc, so file name equals to abc, abc is found. Okay, now we can execute. So sh today25.sh, enter file name. Now I can enter abcd. So now you can observe that abcd is not found. I execute one more time, abcd.sh. Now abcd.sh is found. Why? So abcd.sh is available in the present working directory. Okay, so now we can create the file abcd cat abcd. Hi friends, how are you? So this is the file I created. Now if I execute the program again, sh today25.sh, then I give the file name as a abcd. Now what is the expected output? The expected output is file abcd file found. Abcd is found. Okay, so I hope you all are understand this problem. So how to find a file is available in the current directory or not. Okay, so this is about to find file name. So what about the directory? How we can find so directory is available or not? If you observe that these are the directories, the blue color. If you zoom your screen and if you can see these temp, that is in the blue color, these blue color all these files are directories. Di bin is a directory, dir5 is the directory, AAA is the directory, temp is the directory. Okay, all green colors are executable files. All green colors are executable files. Our white color files are normal regular files. Okay, so now we are writing the program to find whether the directory is available or not. So that means if I, in this document, I write like this: enter directory name, then I give the directory name. For example, bin is available. Now it displays bin is found. The bin is found. If I enter so directory name as dir, then dir not available. So it displays dir is not found. Okay. So now we are going to modify our existing program to find whether the directory is available or not. Is my voice is audible? Anyone can give the response in the chat box. My voice is audible? Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so now dir is not found. So how we can write the same program to find a directory is in the current directory or not. Okay, so enter directory name, and I can store this directory name in one variable, that is dir. So after that I'm going to print the directory name dir. Okay, so now I'm going to check -f file name. In this you are going to give dir name. If it is available, then you are going to print dir name found. Otherwise dir name f4. Any doubts? f4. Okay, no issue. So file name, in this we give dir name is found, in else dir is not found. Okay, now we can save this program. We can execute sh today25.sh. Enter directory name. For example, I give the directory bin. So bin is available. If you observe that the bin is available in the current directory, but it prints not available. So bin not found. Why? Here we are using -f. -f represents the file name. That means here dir is treated as a file name. So now it displays dir name is not found. So I can change this option -f to -d. So -d means directory. -d means directory. So dir name is found. Now we can execute the same program. You can save this program. sh today25.sh. Now enter directory name bin. So now you can observe that bin is found. And before that we are using the -f option. At that time it displays bin is not found. Okay, we can execute one more time. Today25.sh. So enter directory name. For example, I give abcd is the directory name. There is no abcd folder. So this is the file. So now it displays abcd is not found. That means there is no directory with name abcd. Okay, in this way you are going to find the directory is available or not. Okay, so anybody have any doubts regarding this? Anybody have any doubts regarding these two programs? Okay, so next program, so we are going to find whether the file is empty or not. Okay, so either a file is empty or not. That means this is the example. Enter file name. If I enter the file name
ముందు నువ్వు పడుకోకుండా ఉంటే సగం దరిద్రం వదులుద్ది ఇక్కడ.
okay. Now so this is the scenario. Enter file name. If I give ABC file, ABC file, now you can check ls-l. So these are the files available in the list. So not empty means what it means. If you observe that empty means the size of the file is 0. Here ex section 2, that is a file. What is the size of that file? 0. That means it is an empty file. But in case of ABC, this is the ABC. ABC have some size, so it does not display. It contains some data, so it displays ABC not empty. Okay. In case of ex18, if you have to the ex18, the size is 0. If I give ex18 as a file name, then it displays ex18 empty. Okay, so these are the two scenarios. So how we are going to find a file is empty or not? Empty is nothing but the bytes is 0. If there is nothing is in the file, then the size is 0. If anything is in the file, then it has some number. Okay, so this is the ABC file 9802006 bytes. The ABCD file have 24 bytes. That means it contains something, so it displays ABC not found. But coming to example 18, the size is 0, so it displays empty. Okay, now we can write the program for that. Same program, echo. In first line you are going to print enter file name. Enter file name. After that you can read that file name into one variable file name. So after that I am going to print that file name. File name equals to $file name. Okay, so now we are going to check whether it is empty or not. How? We are going to print two messages. One is echo $file name is not empty. Another one is echo $file name is empty. File is empty. Okay, these are the two messages you are going to print. One is, so file name is not empty if it have some bytes of characters, or otherwise if it is 0, you are going to print file name is empty. Okay, how we can do that means by using the hyphen s. If hyphen s file name, then you are going to print so file is not empty. Else you are going to print so file is empty, and you can terminate the if how f5. That's it. This is the program. Now we can save this program. Now we can execute this program. So now I give the sh. What's the program name? The program name is today25.sh. Enter file name. If I give ABC, then it prints ABC is not empty. ABC not empty. Why? If you see hyphen ABC, so ABC have some size, so it contains some data, so it is not empty. Now we can see another file ls-l ex18. Now if you observe that the size is 0, so it gives ex18 is empty. Now we can check that sh today 25.sh, enter file name. If I enter ex18, then it displays ex is empty. Ex is empty. I hope you all are understand. So how we are going to find a file is empty or not? So by using the -s option, -s, you are going to give the file name. So -s file name means if the file is empty, then it is returns 0. Then it goes to else part and it prints file name is empty. If it has some data, then it contains some data, so it has some size, so it displays the file is not empty. Now we can insert some data in this ex18. Now cat first you can check the content in the ex18, nothing is there, that's why it does not display anything. Now we can append some data in ex18. Hi friends. Okay, now if you check that ls-l, the size of the ex18 will be changed. So previously it is 0, now it is 12. If you observe that, so before it is 0, now it is 12. Okay, now if you check the file is empty or not, 25.sh, I enter the file name is ex18. Now it displays ex18 is not empty. Okay, in this way you are going to find whether the file is empty or not. Okay, anybody have any doubts up to now? We discussed 3 programs. One is so file is available or not. Another one is the directory is available or not. Another one is we check the file is empty or not. Okay, so to file you can use -f to find the file is available or not. For directory you are going to use -d. So -d you are going to use to find the directory is available or not. For so file name is empty or not, you are going to use -s. Okay, now we move to another program. So the program is for you are going to enter a file. If the file is found, okay, enter file name. Okay, I enter ABC. Let us assume like that. ABC. If this file is available, then it going to append the data. For example, ABC file is available. Now it displays a message. So, enter the text into file ABC. Okay, if the ABC file is available, then it displays a message like this. Type some text to quit, press Ctrl+D. So this is the message you are going to print. It displays a message like this. Okay, now after that you are going to type some data. So hi friend something, you are giving the data like this, and you can terminate by using the Ctrl+D. Ctrl+D. If using the Ctrl+D, then this data will automatically save to ABC file. This is the program we are going to write. Okay, for that what are the steps we are going to find? The first step is we find file is available or not. First we find this. Okay, already we discussed with in our first program. So -f file name. If it is the file name is available, then we move to so file found. Okay, so file found. We can do something we discuss in 2 minutes. If the file is not available, then we are going to print file not found. Okay, if the file is not available, we are going to print the file not found. Okay, this is another case. Now in this case, if the file is found, then we have to check another thing. The thing is the file has write permission or not. If the file has the right permission, then only we can modify the data. Then only we can modify the data. Now we can check, we create one file, cat and ex25. This is the file name, ex25. In this I save hi friends. This is the data I saved in this file. Okay, cat ex25, it displays the message like this. So hi friends. Okay, so now our problem is, if I give the file name as ex25, after that I can append the data that is going to be stored in the ex25. Now we can check ls-l ex25. Now it have the write permissions, so we can write the data. For example, there is no write permission. How we can change the permission? chmod change mode minus w ex25, ex25, then ls-l ex25. Now there is no write permissions. Now if you try to append something to ex25, then it displays the message, error message. If you observe, what is the message it displays? Permission denied. So what is the permission it have? It have only read permissions. It does not have write permissions. We cannot write the data onto this file. So it displays a message, permissions denied. Okay, so now we are going to write the program for that. So it is the first message we are going to print, echo enter file name, enter file name. Okay, I read this file into one variable, the file name. So now we check two conditions. So one is, wait 1 minute, file name equals to $file. So now we are going to print two messages. One is, with the file found, we can do something. So this is the, for example, file found. Another one is, if the file is not available, we are going to print file not found, not found. So these are the two messages. So how we can find the either the file is found or not? For that we already seen. If in this you are going to give -f, after that $file name. Okay, then file is found. We are going to print, so file is found. Else file not found. Okay, this is the message we are going to print. First we can execute this program. So we give the file sh. What is the program name? The program name is today25.sh. Enter file name. I give this ex25 as the file name, ex25. So file found. If I give another name, ex26, then it displays file not found. Okay, so file not found, that's it. Now we are going to use ex25. Okay, what we are doing here, now we are going to update this ex25. So what is the content in the ex25? Cat ex25. The content is hi friends. Now for this hi friends, I'm going to add some more data. Now we can check how we can add that. That means after we are in the file found, after file found, we are going to write something else. So we can delete this. In this I write another one. If -w. So -w means it checks whether the file name have write permission or not. If -w $file name, $file name, then we are going to do something. we discuss that later. Else what we can do, echo the file don't have write permission. We are going to print this message. Okay, I hope you all are understand. Here, for example, we can change echo write permission. We can check these two. Okay, that means if that file have write permission, then it's going to be print write permission. It does not have the write permissions, then it prints the file don't have write permissions. We can check that. In this case, ls-l example 25 does not have write permission. If you observe that it does not have write permission, so you can execute this sh today 25.sh. Enter file name example 18. Okay, we forget save. Enter file name ex18. So now display some error message. Here also we can write one F5, save. So file name ex18. Okay. ls-l, just wait. So this is the program actually. Already I write this program. Okay. Copy this. So directly we can place in save. ls-l ex18. Okay, we forget the some other. Okay, so chmod so -x. So that means I decline, I remove the permission of write for ex18. ls-l ex18. Okay, so now there is no write permission. If you observe that there is no write permission, now we can execute this sh today 25.sh. I give file name as a ex18. Then what it displays? The file don't have write permission. Okay, the file don't have write permission. So now we can change these permissions for, we grant the write permission. Chmod plus write permission. What is the file name? ex18. ex18. Now we can check ls-l ex18. Now the write permission will be provided. Okay, so now we can execute the same program sh today 25.sh. So now enter file name. We enter ex18 as a file name. Now if you observe that we provide the write permissions here, so it is true. So it enter into this block and type some text to quit Control D. So what we are writing here, we can write one command. The command name is cat redirection file name. So what is the file name here? In our case, the file name is ex18. So now whatever you are going to give the input here, that is stored in ex18. Okay, now we can check that. Already the content in the, there is some content. So for that content, I am going to enter the third year section 2 students. How are you all? I hope you all are good. Okay, this is the data entered and I give control D. Now this data, so third year section 2 students, how are you all? I hope you all are good. This data is stored in a file. The file name is ex18. Now you can check that cat ex18. Okay, so this is the content in the ex18. Hi friends, already. So for that we enter some data when we are executing the program. This data is appended here. I hope you all are understand how we are going to append the data to a file. So for that file, the first step is you are going to find file is available or not. So how we can find the file is available or not? By using -f after that file name. If the file is not available, then we are going to print file name not found. So file name not found. You can see that file name, for example, file name is ex34. It's not available. So it displays file not found. Directly after executing this instruction false, this command becomes false, it goes to this else block. If this condition is true, then it goes to the next if. Here what we check, either the file is have write permissions or not. If the file have write permissions, you are going to write the data onto the file. Otherwise you are going to print the file don't have write permissions. That's why here we got a message, the file don't have write permissions. Why? At that time the ex18 don't have write permission. Write permission, so it is false, so it goes to else block and print the file don't have write permissions. So now it displays that. After that we change the permission, chmod plus w. Now the file have write permission, so types, it displays like this, type some text. To quit, press Ctrl plus D. So after that what we write here, cat, this is the instruction we are going to execute, cat double greater than, that means redirection append, and we give the file name. So what is the file name here? In this case example 18 is the file name. So you give some data, this is the data, so this is appended to the example 18. Okay, so in this way you are going to create the files, or you are going to append the data to the files already created. Okay, so this is the end of the today's session. We discussed 4 programs. One is, so file is available or not, directory is available or not, file is empty or not. After that we check how to add the content to the existing file. Okay, so anybody have any doubts regarding today class? Anybody have any doubts?